To BS or not to BS? I guess that is the question this week on the Morning Wager. Regardless of how much BS we give you on the program today, you will get free winners in Major League Baseball. 2 of them and a best bet in the NBA. Here's Mark Zinno, who is seeing it well in the NBA. Now, if you bring up the sport of Major League Baseball, he will jump down your throat, pound you, leave you bloody, and maybe then stab you.
Well, let's see. How did yesterday go in Major League Baseball? Let's see. You know, I sat there all day long and I talked to Bryan Power. First of all, big picture. A little pissed at odds makers that they're moving off the 8.5 for totals now. Okay. It's like not the main number anymore. There are more 7.5s and 9.5s out there than there are 8.5s all over the place. And it's starting to piss me off. Okay. Last night, case in point. I said to Bryan Power, I'm like, Yankees, Orioles. It seems like they're going to score a lot of runs, but I don't want to take the over 9.5. Why is it not 8.5? Why is it not 8.5, Bryan Power? Why is it not 8.5? And what did you say?
I told you that the Yankees lineup can be very, quote, feast or famine. So
that's not what we're talking about. You're giving the wrong answer to the wrong question. Why are odds makers moving off 8.5?
I don't know. Please tell us why.
No, you repeat the answer you gave me yesterday, dopey.
I can't remember that part of the answer I gave you.
It's nothing like telling a story with a partner who just is not in sync, okay? You're supposed to be on the same team here. You're supposed to be helping me. You're supposed to recount the conversation for the viewing audience, and you go,
I remembered what I said, and apparently I said something else that I can't remember.
Yeah, shocking. I mean, it's amazing. A conversation with you and your wife must be a whole lot of fun. Anyway.
I don't remember those either.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly the point.
What day is today?
Exactly. Where do we have to go?
Who are you?
What's our kid's name?
I've said that before.
Anyway, odds makers have moved off the 8.5 because nobody wants to bet under 8.5 anymore because so many more overs are coming in. So they moved to 9.5. And I said to Bryan Power, I really don't want to take the over 9.5. But I said, screw it. Let's do it. So what do the Yankees and Orioles do? They score 6 runs in the first 2 innings, only for the game to land on Mother 9. Loss number 1.
Oh, are we going to go through? We're not going to go through all of these, are we? Oh, come on.
Loss number 2. Nathan Eovaldi does a wonderful job at shutting down the A's lineup, giving up just 1 run through 5 innings. Somehow, the Texas Rangers, who had a chance to score in the 2nd inning, had a chance to score in the 4th inning, had a chance to score in the 5th inning, didn't push a single other run across, and they ended up tied 1-1, and I lost the first 5 run line. And then let's get to the pièce de résistance, okay?
Don't worry, this is the last loser. He's going to talk about everybody.
No, I'm going to talk about you. You're the last loser, okay? How's that sound? You walked right into that one. I'm sorry, I had to hit it. You put it right on the tee. Anyway, if you are a man and you have a son.
Okay, this is uncalled for. The guy didn't even screw you. You ran it about Tobias Harris all morning, and you're like, oh, he wasn't the pitcher who screwed me.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did, because it only lasted 2 innings. You're a starting pitcher. You're supposed to have length, okay? Apparently, he's this kind of starting pitcher. See? That's him. Anyway, the Milwaukee Brewers' wonderful pitching staff decided to give up 3 runs to the lowest scoring team at home in all of Major League Baseball, in the Chicago White Sox. And we lost that one in the bottom of the 5th when the Brewers had a 3-2 lead with 2 outs and 2 strikes. Guy gives up a base hit, and they tie the game 3-3, and I lose. Not having fun.
You won the T-Wolves. You're hot in the NBA.
5-0. Who cares? No one cares. You're only as good as your last.
Care.
No, I don't.
Well, that technically was your last play because it was a late game. All right. I'll tell you right now, short and sweet. I lost my only play to end the month. I had the under 3 in Barcelona, Inter Milan. That didn't go well. Both teams scored 3 goals. First time all year, Inter Milan gave up more than 2 goals in a match.
You know what? You were going to join me with the Minnesota Timberwolves last night, and you didn't.
And I didn't.
You're a big vagine.
It was a cowardly move. Well, and also, I'll now on the bright side, I was able to fall asleep and just simply wake up to your text, which read, the T-Wolves have missed 18 effing 3-pointers in a row. And then I looked at the score and saw they ended on 103. I said, good job, Zinno.
Lucky the second night in a row. I bet on a team that shot 14% from 3 and missed 18 consecutive 3-pointers. I don't think I would miss 18 consecutive 3-pointers. You want to bet?
I'd like to see you shoot 18 straight threes from NBA range. I'd miss 18 in a row.
You
I would.
think
I don't know how.
You think I'd miss 18 straight?
I don't know your game. To be honest with you, I don't know. Were you a good basketball player
I'm
growing
short,
up?
white, and Italian.
And that's what I'm thinking. That's what I was thinking.
But I'm an athlete enough not to miss 18 straight 3-pointers.
I'd miss 18 in a row.
Somebody get John Murray on the line. Figure out the odds of me missing 18. Yay or nay, I'd miss 18 straight 3-pointers from NBA range.
Maybe we can make a video. All right, can we get into a play? Maybe I'll do a play. I haven't, I've let you. Do you need to calm down?
You spent 5 minutes BSing. I'm going to go watch another show.
Good. Okay, here we go. We'll get to the double play. Tee me up.
Oh, well, I was going to give you a rest.
No.
Okay, you're going to go first.
Yes.
All right. Well, here's an over 7.5. Rockies Giants.
I mean,
Talk.
look, I'm basing this whole handicap off of the simple fact that Justin Verlander sucks. He is not a major league starter anymore. Not. So
Technically, he's being paid to be one.
yeah, he is. He is very much so. I mean, everybody is hitting Justin Verlander right now. His numbers are terrible. He's got a 4.99 ERA, a 1.4 WHIP. He's got 12 walks in 30 innings, and he's given up 4 bombs. This is not a major league pitcher here. He has been pretty decent in his last 2 starts, but has he really settled in? He did it against the Angels and the Rangers. Those aren't great hitting teams. Are the Rockies a great hitting team? No, but I'm willing to take my chances here with a total this low, especially against Kyler Freeland, whose ERA is near 6. His WHIP is 1.45. He's on the year. He's only had 1 start where he's given up less than 3 earned runs. He's given up at least 3 runs in every single start. So Giants are a good hitting ball club, and even though they're mediocre against lefties here, let's take the shorter number and try to go over 7.5.
All right. Smash that like button if you agree with Zinno there on the Rockies and Giants over 7.5. Here's my half double play. Can't be any worse than yesterday when I said you to take a team total over, and that team didn't score a single run. Thank you, Cincinnati, for again leaving me confounded. Let's just play a side here today, Zinno. Let's go to the AL East, Boston, Toronto. Thank you for that. It's a special skill to do something like that, Dan. Boston, Toronto. Yesterday, in case you missed it, Red Sox led 6-0. Did the Red Sox win yesterday, Zinno?
I don't think so.
They didn't. They lost 7-6. So who do you think's more excited to get to the ballpark this evening north of the border? It would be the home team, the Blue Jays, and I want to fade Boston starter Tanner Houck. Now, still relatively early in the season, right? So, we've got, a little more than a month of data under our belts. So, there could be some things where, some data points could be a little misleading, right? We've talked about, the Reds, okay, maybe that one game where they destroyed the Orioles has artificially inflated run differential, how many runs they scored. Well, I'm going on this diatribe because I want to talk about Tanner Houck of the Red Sox, okay? He's second to last in all of MLB among qualified starters in FIP. Okay, he's right between your buddy Osvaldo Bido and Bowden Francis.
Tell the people with FIP.
Well, look, and with Tanner Houck, why is the FIP so bad? Why are his numbers so bad? Why is his ERA 7.88? Well, he had one absolutely abysmal start where he gave up 12 runs in 2 1/3. Nevertheless, the Red Sox have lost the last 4 times he's taken the mound. You look at Toronto, they're going with Jose Barrios. You and I were talking over the show. He was really good at home last year. This year, not quite as dominant at home. But last time out, what did he do? Well, he threw 5 1/3 shutout innings against your New York Yankees. I like Barrios better than I like Houck. I think the Blue Jays, a little more pep in the step after yesterday's big comeback win. I will take them on the money line to win tonight. My half and double play. Please comment down below with your thoughts.
They don't like you.
It's been very challenging to work with. You often when I'm in a bad mood, you can brighten my day with humor, wit.
You're not being funny. You're not being witty.
I'm trying to just lift your spirits. I'm telling you, you're a good man, Mark Zinno. You're being too hard on yourself.
I don't think going 1-3 in baseball last night was not what makes me a good man. That would be the opposite of a good man. That would be a loser.
Is there anything you can? Do I even ask if there's anything you'd want to promote for this fine Thursday, the 1st of May? It's a new
Bite
month.
my ass.
I don't want to do that.
Well, then don't ask me. Don't ask stupid questions you know the answer to.
Your buddy Marv Albert might like to do that, though.
What? Really? Why?
He was into that stuff. Have you heard of the website Google.com? Nevertheless,
I have.
I
I've never had a reason to Google Marv Albert bites ass. Hold on.
Wow. You weren't a cool guy, I guess, a few years ago. Remember his little suspension that he had from NBC? Marv Albert used to get pretty freaky. Marv Albert got a little freaky there in the early 2000s. God knows what he was doing in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s. All right, Mark Zinno is in shock about Marv Albert's history. I will tell you that I do have a 4% best bet in the NBA up right now. Guys, it was not the start or the end of April that I was hoping for, but it is still 4 consecutive winning months to open 2025 for yours truly. We're up over 51 units since February 19th. And Mark Zinno, the voice of his youth, he is just in shock over the things he's reading right now.
It counts.
How did you not know this?
Because I don't pay attention to what other people do in the bedroom. I don't give a rip.
It was a big story. I don't know at the time.
It was a big ass too.
Yes. All right.
I like the fact that he was wearing women's underwear while doing it. That was also.
Yeah, that's that's sort of the cherry on top. I don't know.
Oh God.
Who?
First, oh God was Marv Albert bites a woman in the ass, and the second one was oh God, he's while doing God.
This is what I don't know what people do. It wasn't my day to watch him. Yes. Do you think he said yes after he did it? By the way, that would be funny. And it counts. The butt of the ass. All right. Let's talk about on the court here, Mark Zinno. By the way, speaking of promotions, I'll piss it off a little more here. I do have that soccer package up. 1 month of winners for just $99 on the pitch, Zinno. I did lose again yesterday horrifically. That was my worst soccer. I was 7-0-1 before that play.
But now you're 7-1.
I digress.
Tell the people.
Yes, I am. And I've already updated my streaks like a good WagerTalk employee.
I have not. Stop asking me to update streaks. I don't have any streaks. Okay.
You're 5-0 in the NBA.
Okay.
And on that note, let's talk about the NBA. The Denver Nuggets and the LA Clippers. Clippers looking to stay alive on this fine evening.
Straight through there. You just were not going to stop talking to get right to the play. I appreciate that about you.
Well, I am a broadcast professional.
Hardly, but yeah.
I mean, I'm on the internet, I guess. Is another way of putting it every day.
Marv Albert's ass biting.
Well, okay. Can't live that one down. You can't, if you're going to bite someone's ass, you probably shouldn't be wearing women's panties while doing it. Anyway, Denver and the Clippers. Clippers trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
I was dead wrong in game 5, and I should have known better. Them being favored in Denver and everybody and their mother was, including myself, was on the Clippers in the last game. They were a no-show. They played very poorly. Were never really in it. The game was over pretty much from the rip. Now they're at home, laying 6.5, 7. We both think that's kind of a high number, so we have a different way of it. We want to back the Clippers, and how are we going to do it, sir?
Well, LA hopes not to get bit in the ass here in losing game 6. See what I did there? That's professional. But look, I mean, the game script here for the Clippers, I think, involves starting fast and creating separation early. The one game where they truly outplayed the Nuggets was game 3, the first game back in LA. They won that game 117-83. And they had themselves a pretty hefty lead at half. The only time it's been more than a 2-possession lead at half this entire series, when they were up by, I think it was 18 at halftime. So the Clippers kind of, I think, in this same spot can do the same thing. Their defense has to show up early. They have the deeper roster. They have the better roster, other than that Jokic guy who is the best player on the floor.
Mhm.
But still, I don't want. I don't think the Clippers are going to survive another world where it's back and forth for a full 48 minutes. Those games haven't treated them well. They lost the opener in overtime. They lose the 101-99 game, right? I mean, it really is one of those things where if this thing stays tighter longer, I think it favors Denver. I think Denver has better closers, despite the fact Kawhi plays in LA. So I think we need the Clippers to get out to an early lead. I think they do so here, and we'll lay the 4 in the first half.
We were talking about this game off air, Zinno. I pointed out that of the 7 guys who have played the most minutes in the first round of the playoffs, I believe 4 of them are on the Denver Nuggets. That can have an adverse effect as the series goes long.
Yeah.
So Clippers in must-win territory here. We think they come out strong at home. Lay the 4 in the first half. That is your best bet.
By the way,
Thursday's morning wager. Yes.
I do have something. Yesterday, you know this. Tomorrow's Friday, and Saturday is the Kentucky Derby. Tomorrow, I will hand out a free play in the Kentucky Derby. You don't have to watch Pony Pundits, more like Burrow BSers, okay? All right? Just come here. I studied. Look, I didn't say that. I said it. I said it.
I know. I like to just.
Anyway, so
donkey.
yes, that's a burro. Donkey.
Oh.
You see what I did there? I'm sorry, you're not bilingual. Burro equals donkey in Espanol.
I know Burrow, Joe Burrow. I know him.
Different burro. Much different.
You're kind of a jackass.
That is true. But tomorrow, I did study. I did requisite studying yesterday. I was very
you
happy.
did. When I called you in the afternoon, the things you were saying about the Kentucky Derby were very high level. They were actually over my head. By the way, if I am efforting, there is a chance, by the way, I may give out a free winner of the Kentucky Derby on social media. And if I do, I'll be writing maybe I will. Maybe I'll just regurgitate what you say, but I'll say it on a pony. I'm working about. I might go over to the old barn and get on old JoJo here. We'll see. See how long JoJo can tolerate my fat ass on top of her.
That's what I want. Nothing like a man on a horse.
That's what my wife says all the time.
Marv Albert in women's underwear.
Well, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, everybody. It's been a show. If you have not clicked subscribe. Now, get in this mix here. BP or Albert?
Because he kind of looks like him.
Wait, I look like Marv Albert?
No, you don't.
I mean, just in this mug shot, there's some similarities there. Similar jawline.
It's more fun to make fun of you than it is of me. Want to go out for a bite? Oh God!
BP's
I'll
favorite
tell you
book.
what. I used to love Kathy Lee jokes and like Frank Gifford jokes. Remember, didn't Frank Gifford didn't he join the Mile High Club or something? Or
really?
Yeah, there was something with him and a stewardess. I don't know if it was in the airplane or out of the airplane or yeah.
Really?
That looks like I'll say that book looks like a whole Norm Macdonald stand-up routine right there. Just all those faces.
I mean, there's a cast of characters on the front of that book right
there. God rest your soul, Norm Macdonald. I'll say that. God rest your soul. This world is a worse place without you.
Who is that to the left of Marv Albert?
It's Rush Limbaugh.
Is that Rush Limbaugh?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, yes.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah, may he rest. Who on that thing is still alive other than Marv Albert?
We've got Ellen DeGeneres. She's still
Mike
Bill
Tyson.
Gates. Yes. Kathy Lee is still with us. OJ.
OJ's dead.
OJ's not. Yeah, and he took
OJ's
a few people
dead.
with him. Yes, he is.
OJ dead?
Yeah, OJ's dead.
OJ is dead.
Okay. OJ's dead. And he took a few people with him.
Rush Limbaugh and OJ are dead. Everybody else is alive there.
Mm-hmm.
Kathy Lee.
Oh, you're right.
Michael Jackson's dead.
That's what I said. MJ.
Oh.
MJ.
Okay, now that we're still among the living, and we'll be back on Friday. So click subscribe, please. It is what keeps this content free.
You're such a.
There's that smile I love. I regret to inform you, by the way, your flag over your left shoulder fell out again.
Oh, down again, son of a biatch.
All right, maybe that flag will be back up. We will certainly be at full mast on Friday. Until next time.
What?
Let's get some tickets.
Odd.